I am so excited that you're all here today. And before we start talking a little bit about the subject of believing and becoming, I just want you to indulge me for something. If you'd all just close your eyes. Come on, close your eyes for me. And I'm just going to have you raise your hand. And what I want you to do is think back when you were 5 years old. Who did you want to be when you grew up? So raise your hand and let me know what you're thinking. Yes? Fireman. Yes? Teacher? In my life, numbers define me. And as I got older, in my 40s, my dreams started to fade away and life became very mediocre. And then I had some changes come into my life that broke things open. I want you to think about how important that was when you were 5 years old. You had this vision of this great job of what you could be and how fun it was and how enthusiastic it was and who that made you be. And I think we all travel, into adulthood and sometimes lose concept of who we want to be. One of the things that I've noticed is that now that I'm a grown-up and I go out to networking meetings and talk to people, and I certainly love meeting new people, one of the things that I ask them is tell me your story. And people will tell you where they came from, especially if you're in Arizona, where nobody was born here. They will also tell you about their job, where they live, maybe their hobbies, but without soliciting, nobody over the age of 40 will tell you who they're becoming. But if you're 5 or 15 years old, it's all about becoming, because you have this vision of how you're going to change the world and what you're going to accomplish. And somewhere along the line, I think that we stop believing in becoming. And that's something that was very important in my journey. All of a sudden you see there's one present left under the tree, and you crawl under the tree and you pull it out and it has your name on it. And you shake it because you figure it's underwear or socks or something that you didn't miss. But when you open it up and you look in the box, you can't believe it. It's the thing that you always wanted and never thought you'd get. The gift of yourself, the gift of your journey to become. And for me, I've had several different careers, and this topic just was near and dear to my heart because just in the last few years I've done some really amazing things that were not anywhere on my agenda. But things showed up and I decided to step into it. One of the things that I did do, which looks kind of crazy, is I tried out about 1.5 years ago for a women's pro tackle football team because I love football. Well, I don't even know if I signed up for mentoring. It's just one of those things that for some reason people feel comfortable with me and like to share things. And so what I've done is just listen to people. I really don't always have answers, but people will tell me their stories, and I just have the natural gift of encouragement. So that's what I like to do. I like to encourage people because I think the real world tells us different messages. Not by accident, but probably by design. A magazine that I read talked about in my local area, there was a football tryout, pro tackle, for the Women's National Football Association. So I tore the ad out and called and signed up and went for some information and eventually went for a tryout. And at age 49.5, I made the team. But the greatest thing about the journey was it didn't matter whether I made the team or not. It was just the process of believing and becoming. I trained, I watched my nutrition, I got a lot of sleep, I did tons and tons of drills, but it was really fun because I also knew that it didn't matter whether I was accepted or not. It was just that process of here's something that dropped into my universe and I'm going to challenge myself to do it. And it was a delightful experience just to try out. I decided not to play because my husband, he said, honey, you're beautiful, you're fast, you're smart, you're quick, but your bones are 49 years old and those women are going to break you in half. So that became the story, that became the journey, the believing and becoming. And that's what I would like you to kind of consider. What happens? What happens when somebody asks you, who are you becoming? I think my message is pretty universal. I think everybody has that opportunity to grow and become and to step into the space that they want to. I think women get it pretty quickly because we're always redefining ourselves, we're searching. So from that experience of football, that dare or that opportunity that dropped into my universe, it actually changed me. It made me open to things that I didn't think were possible. So instead of saying no, now I say maybe. So I would like you to think about what you're becoming. What's the next chapter for you? Maybe it's something you want to challenge yourself for. And if you have a heart for a certain passion or a certain industry or a certain gift that you have, use it. I think that that's the power of believing in yourself and believing in becoming.